Hey, welcome back to Life for Living Well. I hope you all well today and you're listening to another episode from the Life for Living Well. My name is Richard and we'll be presenting you another topic today. Firstly, I needed to make some announcement. This channel will begin to bring more people that have different insight to some of the topics that the people send a question to make the channel about. So I might be playing some of the interviews at one point in this, but let's start the program for today. But before I start the program, I quickly want you to just chill and take it 1 second for yourself. And let's do it together. I want you to take a very, very deep breath for 1 second and then breathe it out from your nose. And it feels good to do that. Let's do it together. Ready? It feels good. It feels really, really good. Okay, so the topic of my message today is what are the benefits of being authentic? So, what does authenticity have to do with the broadcast today? With what is going on in our society today, it's highly surprising that people begin to ask a question about autonomy and about authenticity that come through being autonomous person. And we live in a very interesting time that everyone like to have a label based on their job title, based on the group that belong to, or based on the car they driving, and based on the area they live. And it's more and more difficult to be individual with true authenticity without so many masks. And it comes to the point that you have a technology in one hand and then you have a validation on the other hand. As a human being, we tend to need a connection. It's a biological need. So when we don't get this right, we end up sacrifice our core self so that we can be fit into the particular group where people there don't really know us. So now let's try and explain it better. So what is authenticity? Is a self-explanatory. Someone that have his core self can express self. And I'm strongly believe that every human being are born in authenticity. So what change us is our family, our friends, our education, our life experiences, and the kind of information and belief that we acquire from childhood to our adult life make it more challenging to become authentic in our dealing. But the great news is that in our society today, despite the fact that it's difficult to find authenticity, there is still a lot of men and women that stay authentic. Because how did they do that? Because they raise their vibration. And that's why I'm making this video, to tell someone that don't give up, don't lose hope. Because look around you, you probably will see someone that's actually living his complete self. So there's no way I talk about the benefit of authenticity without talk first what happened when we are not authentic. So let me quickly run it down. What will happen to us when we don't live in an authentic self? Number one, we tend to repeat the same scenarios, the same negative experience again and again and again. You have someone once told me a long time ago that if there is a good guy in one left and there's a bad guy in the right left, she always go for the right guy. And it's not once, it's not twice, it's not three, it's many occasions. And what I've seen is may well be there's more that deeper issue there, but what is obvious at the time is that the individual is not able to be honest about themselves, not able to reflect and ask themselves what made them make all these choices. So that's one example that I gave. But there's so many scenarios that we get ourselves involved that when we are not authentic, we tend to repeat the same situation and again and again and again. Number two, we tend to attract a wrong person to our life because we are not speaking our truth. It's like someone that going to the right and he was waiting for the left. And because she was a pretty person, and then the driver asked, "Oh, where are you going?" "I'm going to the right." So even though the driver intentionally is to go to the left, but because at that moment he saw the opportunity and he said, "I'm going to the right as well." So I'm just giving you a catchy example, but there's a lot of example in our life that we can look into. So if you look around you, look at the people you surround yourself with. Are they people that complain a lot about their life? Maybe you are like that as well. Maybe you already complain a lot about your life, you make yourself as a victim, and then you attract people that always blame other people for all their own choices and decision makings and their life. So what I'm trying to say is that when we are inauthentic, we tend to attract a lot of negative experience into our life. Number three, that we make it also difficult for us to follow our dreams because we tend to give up our core self. We tend to want people to accept us, so we don't really let people know who we are. Somebody could be your friend for 10 years, 20 years, and they might think they know you, but they don't. The only way they realize that they don't know you is how you try and tend to transform yourself based on who you are talking to. So in the world, you call it chameleon, but it is impossible to be true self when we don't actually become authentic within ourselves. So what happens when we are authentic? Let's say the benefit of being authentic. Maybe you can make a switch today. I'm going to show you how to make that switch as well. Being authentic, it comes with a lot of benefit. We tend to attract people that have a similar values, similar mindset with us. We tend to able to filter out a wrong people in our life because our truth, we know who we are, and we're able to set the boundary that support our highest values and ourselves. And we're able to cut off anything that doesn't support our highest value or doesn't lead us to our goals. So I'm telling you, there's so many things around us that unknowing or knowingly, spiritually, that will distract you not to achieve your end goal. But it is for you to develop a discernment and wisdom to choose how you spend your time. One of the thing element that you need is to become authentic. Get to know yourself, and then you begin to select people that you spend your time with. Number two, when you live in authentic self, people that live in authentic self, they tend to set a goal and they tend to follow that plan and they tend to achieve a lot in their life. Number three, they experience epic experience most of the time. They raise their vibration and they tend to experience a lot of joy because they've been true to themselves. They know what makes them feel happy and they create that experience all the time or most of the time. And that's what the difference between being authentic and inauthentic. And someone asked me, how do I become authentic person? I don't pretend to have the answer to this question, but this is what I've observed about people that truly live in an authentic life. Number one is confidence. You have to work and start building your self confidence. Sorry, you have to start building your self confidence, and from there, how do you do that? There's a lot of books that you can get from Amazon that can help you to build your self confidence. You could use a personal coach that can help you to build your confidence. You could even book for a therapy. But what I used to tell people is to try to take yourself out of your comfort zone. If you are an introvert and you are not the person that like to talk to a stranger, take a big risk by say hi to a stranger or say good morning on your way to work. You don't need to talk to them about your life. Smile and just give them a smile and go. And the more you do that, the more you raise your vibration and the more it help you to get to the place, because the more confident you are, the more you don't compromise your core values, yourself, and you pay attention to, because as a woman being, we make a decision based on two factors: our feelings and our reason. Some group of women being they comfortable using feelings alone, while some people comfortable using reason alone. And I think to make a better and accurate decision, it is right to use these two appropriately. To use your feelings, to use your reason. So investigate why you felt the way you're feeling, what's causing it, what is it that your feelings is telling you. Use your reason that the what you're feeling, is it real? Is it because you've never been in this environment before or you never experienced this thing before? And then you could dissociate between the reality and fear. So number two, there is no shortcut from this one. Your self-esteem is similar to number one, but your self-esteem is more how you feel about yourself. There's a lot of people that have unhealthy relationship with their thoughts. There was a great wise man from the Eastern philosophy said that whatever you become is what you already thought. So people don't realize the power of thought. The kind of relationship that you build with yourself is also linked to your thought. The quality of your thought will shape your self-esteem. So the best way I used to tell my client is to get a book and write your thought down and review it a week. And then you can able to track how you speaking to yourself. Most of us speak very nasty to ourselves the way we can never speak to our best friend. So number three, and that would be the last suggestion I will give you. I will say take one step at a time. How do you build a mountain one stone at a time? So what I would suggest to you that show a compassion to yourself and be gentle with yourself. I hope this broadcast helps someone. And if you have any question, please just throw us a question, just throw us an email to Life for Living Well channel, and I'm happy or one of the other my friends or colleagues will be able to pick it up. I hope this video helps someone and have an amazing day. Thank you.